Tick, tick, tick. Game is over, and every lie they told about you just expired. Every cover they built just collapsed. The secret they guarded like sacred treasure now bleeds under the spotlight, and the world can finally see who was real this whole time. You. They spent years fabricating false narratives, twisting perception, creating illusions so thick even you questioned your own reflection at times. But that's over now. The smoke cleared, and all that's left is truth. Raw, radiant, and undeniable. They thought exposure would destroy you. Instead, it destroyed them. Because truth doesn't need validation, it only needs time. And now that time has arrived. The energy has shifted. Everyone can feel it. The very people who whispered against you can't even make eye contact anymore. Their tongues stutter where confidence used to live. The universe finally flipped the script, and the whole scene got rewritten with your name carved across the center. You didn't have to do much. You didn't scream for recognition. You just kept being what you are. Authentic power disguised as calmness. Authority wrapped in humility. You kept walking through the fire they sent, and when you came out untouched, they panicked. They called it luck because calling it divine would have forced them to admit they were wrong. But deep down, they always knew. They just didn't want to believe that you were that one. The rare energy they'd only heard about, never thought they'd encounter. They saw it early, your presence, your insight, the way you saw through motives like X-rays. It unnerved them. You didn't move from ego. You moved from knowing. And that knowing was the very thing they tried to assassinate. Because when someone walks in truth, lies lose gravity. You made their false confidence collapse under its own weight. Now everyone's replaying memories, trying to figure out how they missed it. Every conversation, every subtle shift in your tone, every decision you made that didn't make sense at the time. It's all clicking now. The dots align perfectly. You weren't reckless. You were strategic. You weren't emotional. You were evolving. And all those random disappearances, those were resets. Divine recalibrations while they were busy performing for validation. They thought they could control the narrative, but you controlled the frequency. You didn't fight their gossip. You outgrew it. You didn't argue. You ascended. You let karma become your spokesperson. And now that the truth is trending in real time, they can't unsee it. You became living proof that divine timing is undefeated. They underestimated how revelation works. It doesn't always come with a warning. Sometimes it just shows up one morning and shifts the entire landscape. You didn't need revenge. Exposure did the heavy lifting for you. Because you were never the problem, you were the prophecy. And every person who tried to bury you just found out they were digging their own grave. They thought they could hide you in plain sight, label you as forgettable, reduce your name to background noise. But can't stay hidden forever. Energy like yours eventually erupts through suppression. It leaks into every space until denial becomes impossible. That's why they look so uneasy now. The masks don't fit anymore. They can't pretend not to know what they know. They can't unhear the whispers that say, "You were wrong about them. Your glow isn't new. It's just visible now." You've always carried that authority, that quiet command that made people straighten their posture without understanding why. You never begged for attention. You shifted it. Every room you entered recalibrated itself. People felt it before they could define it. And that's why they feared you. Because you reminded them of what authenticity feels like. You reminded them of the power they traded for acceptance. You carried something they couldn't fabricate, a soul that remembers its assignment. And when you live from that place, fake can't stand near you without cracking. That's what happened. Their illusions shattered under your frequency. Their fake smiles couldn't survive your discernment. The exposure wasn't dramatic, it was divine. They didn't lose control overnight. They lost it slowly, the moment you stopped explaining yourself. The moment you realized you didn't need closure, just clarity. The moment you stopped lowering your vibration to be understood by people addicted to pretending. That's when the spiritual audit began. You started walking differently, thinking differently, choosing differently. You spoke less, but your energy screamed louder. You became unpredictable, unreachable, untouchable. And that's when they began to panic. Because control depends on predictability. Once they couldn't read you, they couldn't manipulate you. And once they couldn't manipulate you, they had to face who they were without your energy to feed off. That's why they're so disoriented right now. Their supply ran out. Their power source got unplugged. You were the battery behind their fake confidence, and now they're drained. Every time they tried to expose you, the spotlight turned on them instead. Every time they lied, their credibility corroded. Every smear campaign became a confession. Every gossip session became evidence. The irony is poetic. They built a narrative to destroy you. But that same narrative became the monument that glorifies your resilience. Now people look at them and see desperation. They look at you and see destiny unfolding. And here's what's really burning them. You never clapped back. You never went public with receipts. You didn't even try to correct them. You just kept elevating, and elevation exposes everything. You started succeeding in ways that couldn't be explained. You started attracting things that didn't match your story. Opportunities, recognition, protection. It all started aligning with precision. That's what drove them mad. Because when divine order kicks in, every lie collapses under the weight of evidence. You became undeniable. And the truth doesn't need to announce itself. It just needs to be. That's what you've become, living proof that divine authenticity always wins the long game. Now they're scrambling for damage control, pretending they always supported you, pretending they didn't doubt you. They're rewriting history, hoping no one notices the switch up. But the universe saw everything. Energy records don't get deleted. Every word they spoke, every plan they plotted, every mask they wore, it's all documented, and now it's playback season. Every false claim they made now backfires with interest. The energy debt is due, and while they're busy trying to recover reputation, you're out here recovering purpose. That's the difference. They chase clout. You chase calling. And the world is finally learning the difference between influence built on noise and influence built on truth. They're in shock because they can't pinpoint how it happened, how you went from target to threat, how you moved from ignored to adored. But what they fail to understand is that nothing about this was random. You were being hidden for refinement, not rejection. Isolation wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Every delay was a download. Every betrayal was a filter. Every heartbreak was data. You were gathering strength in silence while they were wasting theirs performing. And when you emerged, you did it like revelation, not introduction. You didn't have to announce anything. Your presence said it all. The way you speak now, the way you move, the way you look people in the eyes, it's all different. Because once you embrace truth, fear can't coexist. People are starting to approach you differently. The tone shifted. The respect level changed. Even those who once belittled you are now seeking your approval. That's the consequence of divine exposure. It reorganizes hierarchy. The ones who mocked you are now muted. The ones who doubted you are now studying you. And deep down, even your enemies feel it. They messed with the wrong one. They realized that trying to contain you was the mistake that unlocked your evolution. The very trap they set became the tunnel you walked out of, glowing. They tried to bury you, but you were a seed. They forgot that pressure doesn't destroy you. It reveals your true identity. And now, every time they hear your name, their stomach twists. Because it reminds them of every time they tried to block what was never theirs to touch. And it's funny, when the universe exposes truth, it doesn't just reveal who you are. It reveals who everyone else was pretending to be. That's why people are scattering right now. They don't want to be seen standing next to their own hypocrisy. You were the mirror they avoided, and now that the mirror is public, they're running for cover. But you're calm, you're centered, you're grounded in peace they can't manufacture. Because when truth is your armor, exposure feels like promotion. You don't fear the light, you are the light. And that's what they didn't calculate for. They thought exposure would humiliate you. They didn't realize it would coronate you. You're not surviving the truth, you're reigning through it. Now every eye that once looked down on you is forced to look up. Every mouth that doubted you is forced to stay quiet. Every energy that mocked you is forced to bow to what's undeniable. Because truth doesn't just clear names, it crowns them. And that's exactly what's happening. You're not in your proving era anymore. You're in your revealing era. Everything hidden is surfacing in your favor. Every delay, every detour, every dismissal. It all makes sense now. They thought they buried evidence, but all they did was plant witnesses. Every attempt to erase you created more proof of your resilience. Every conversation they tried to twist now serves as testimony. And this is just the beginning. The exposure isn't finished. It's unfolding. People are still connecting dots, still realizing the scope of what really happened. You're about to watch alliances crumble and masks melt as truth keeps surfacing layer by layer. You don't need to do anything but stay aligned, because when divine justice moves, nothing can intercept it. The revelation will continue until every hidden hand is revealed, every false narrative dismantled, and every weapon formed against you gets recycled into your favor. You don't chase vindication, it chases you. That's the level you've reached, and as you stand here, watching the energy shift in real time, remember this: exposure isn't the end. It's the elevation before expansion. The universe didn't reveal your truth just to clear your name. It did it to crown your next chapter. You're not being seen for attention. You're being recognized for assignment. And that's why they're trembling. Because when the real one steps into visibility, the whole landscape must adjust. The frequency changes. The hierarchy flips. The game resets. You didn't just reveal your identity, you revealed theirs. And now, as the dust settles, you'll realize something profound. The moment your identity was unveiled, the atmosphere around you split into two worlds. Those who always sensed your light and those who pretended they didn't. The first group stands in awe. The second scrambles for alibis. Because the truth doesn't just expose, it reorganizes. People are shifting positions now, trying to rewrite their roles in your story, trying to convince others they always knew. But the universe keeps receipts. It remembers who clapped when you lost, who disappeared when you struggled, who doubted when you whispered destiny through trembling lips. and it remembers who stood quietly in the background, praying for your rise when nobody else did. Exposure brings inventory. Every soul is being accounted for. Look closely at how they move now. The ones who once spoke over you suddenly speak softly. Their eyes can't meet yours for long. They sense the frequency has changed. You no longer absorb their projections. You reflect them. And that reflection burns. Because when truth mirrors deception, the liar sees their own face for the first time. That's why they flinch when you walk by. You're not just a reminder of what they did. You're a reminder of what they denied. They tried to label you crazy for seeing through illusions, but now everyone sees what you saw. The energy field has flipped. You're not defending your name anymore. They're defending theirs. You've become the evidence, the living contradiction to every lie ever told about you. And isn't it poetic? They built entire versions of you from gossip and insecurity, but the real you stood quietly, refining. They spent energy trying to predict your downfall while you were being upgraded in real time. The exposure hit them like a siren they didn't hear coming. Their egos weren't ready for divine timing. And now, in the aftermath, you can see the fear in their subtle movements, the nervous smiles, the forced conversations, the sudden check-ins that sound like concern but smell like curiosity. They want to know what you know. They want to measure how much damage has been done to their masks. But you don't need revenge. You already have revelation. When truth stands next to deception, it doesn't argue, it radiates. Every attempt they make to rewrite history keeps backfiring. Screenshots resurface. Words resound. People they used as witnesses now testify against them unintentionally. Their stories collapse under consistency checks because truth never changes its tone. That's the beauty of divine exposure. It's self-maintaining. You don't have to defend it. It defends itself. You just keep living, and the energy keeps testifying on your behalf. They can't compete with that because deception requires constant maintenance, and they're exhausted. You, on the other hand, move in rest. You're guided, not desperate. Directed, not reactive. And that difference is the loudest sermon ever preached, without words. They're realizing now that they didn't just lose control, they lost proximity. You're not accessible in the same way. You don't share your updates. You release impact. You don't explain your plans. You manifest outcomes. The version of you they used to play with doesn't exist anymore. Exposure did something deeper. It purified your environment. The false ones detached themselves. Because truth is a repellent to manipulation. You didn't have to block them. Your frequency did. Now they're outside the gate, staring through transparent walls, trying to figure out how you ascended so quietly. But you didn't ascend quietly. You ascended correctly. You followed divine order while they followed impulse. And now the separation is irreversible. Let them gossip. It's just background noise to destiny's soundtrack. Let them analyze your glow. It's just proof they're still orbiting your influence. The same people who said, "You changed," are right. You did. You stopped shrinking to make betrayal comfortable. You stopped negotiating with energy that couldn't meet you honestly. You stopped bleeding empathy for people who used compassion as currency. You stopped being available for chaos disguised as loyalty. And when you made those shifts, the exposure multiplied. Because truth isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous unveiling. It reveals layers of you while dismantling layers of them. Watch what happens next. The ones who thought they could live without accountability are about to taste it in public. Every lie carries a vibration. And those vibrations eventually manifest circumstances. Their own words are becoming their mirrors. You don't have to wish it. It's already in motion. Energy has memory, and justice has rhythm. While they scramble to manage optics, divine timing keeps arranging coincidences that point directly back to you as the original. You were never competing, you were cultivating. You were never chasing validation, you were building alignment. That's why when people finally compare fruit instead of facade, your authenticity wins every time. You've stepped into a realm where exposure turns into elevation. Because once people see the truth, they start asking questions, and every question leads back to your source. How did they survive that? How did they stay calm when everything was collapsing? How did they know before everyone else? Those questions become gateways to your influence. Your composure becomes curriculum. Your resilience becomes revelation. Without trying, you're teaching them what alignment with higher purpose looks like in motion. That's why you can't dim yourself to fit comfort zones anymore. Your evidence now. You represent what happens when someone stops performing and starts embodying. And you can feel it, the shift in atmosphere wherever you go. Conversations pause when your name comes up. Energy stiffens. People measure their words differently. That's not intimidation, that's recognition. They're realizing you're not a rumor, you're reality. You've proven that divine identity isn't for decoration, it's for disruption. You came to recalibrate environments. You were sent to remind the blind that seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. That's why your exposure feels prophetic. It's not revenge, it's revelation fulfilling its assignment. Meanwhile, deep in their subconscious, guilt is doing the work for you. They're reliving the moments they dismissed you, the days they mocked what they couldn't understand. Every insult echoes now because the truth amplified it. They see you glowing in peace they can't fabricate, and it reminds them of every opportunity they had to stand beside you, but chose pride instead. And that regret, it's heavier than any punishment you could deliver. Exposure stripped them of denial. They can't pretend ignorance anymore. Awareness is permanent. You've become the living definition of you reap what you sow, and they can't unsee the harvest. But don't mistake exposure for conclusion. This is expansion. The truth revealed you publicly, so purpose could position you strategically. New connections are forming now. People who recognize your authenticity without needing explanation. You're attracting mirrors, not masks. Destiny allies, not opportunists. The universe removed access from the unaligned to make room for those who will multiply your message instead of misusing it. You're entering the season where discernment becomes currency. You won't have to question who's real. Their consistency will answer for them. And as your light expands, so does the contrast. Those who once underestimated you now idolize what they don't understand. They'll try to mimic the aesthetic without surviving the process. They'll try to replicate the glow without enduring the refinement. But imitation without initiation collapses fast. You'll see it. They'll attempt to speak your language of power but choke on accountability. Because authority isn't borrowed, it's built through surrender. They want your influence, not your instructions. They crave your outcomes, not your obedience. And that's why they'll keep glitching in your presence, because exposure isn't just external, it's energetic. Every time they approach you now, their intentions get scanned. Lies vibrate differently around truth. You're stepping into a new level of calm that confuses the chaotic. You don't respond from emotion, You respond from awareness. You've learned that sometimes silence, no, restraint, is warfare. You've seen how peace can punish louder than any argument. You're not chasing closure anymore because you've realized closure isn't owed. It's chosen. You closed the door energetically the moment you stopped explaining your light to people committed to misunderstanding it. That's when the exposure sealed itself. And now, even if they apologize, you can't go back. Forgiveness isn't the same as access. You can bless them and still keep the gates locked. And that right there is what terrifies them the most, your detachment. They expected you to gloat, to celebrate their downfall, to seek validation. But you did none of that. You just elevated silently and let truth echo in their absence. That's the kind of power they can't comprehend. You didn't destroy them, you outgrew them, and nothing wounds pride like irrelevance. They're watching you shine from the sidelines of a story they tried to write without you. Now, every victory you experience reopens the wounds they inflicted. That's poetic justice in its purest form. Life turning your scars into signatures. Pay attention to how new people are drawn to you now. They're not attracted to appearance. They're drawn to frequency. They sense the authenticity in your tone, the authority in your aura. You carry an energy that commands respect without demanding it. That's what happens when truth is your foundation. It translates universally. You no longer have to chase rooms. Rooms adjust when you enter. And that's not arrogance, it's alignment. The universe honors authenticity by rearranging opportunities. The doors they once slammed are now opening without knocking. The conversations they excluded you from are now revolving around you. That's the divine reversal playing out in real time. But remember, exposure isn't just for validation, it's for stewardship. The light revealed your identity to assign responsibility. You've been trusted with visibility, not for vanity, but for influence. The same truth that set you free is now meant to set others free through you. That's the next phase, turning revelation into restoration. You'll start meeting people who are where you once were, misunderstood, underestimated, hidden, and your presence will unlock them. You won't even need to preach. Your composure will teach. That's how divine purpose multiplies, through embodied example, not empty noise. Still be mindful. Exposure attracts admiration and imitation, but also envy dressed as collaboration. Not everyone clapping is celebrating. Some are calculating. That's why discernment is your new defense strategy. You don't move with suspicion, you move with spiritual intelligence. You read energy faster than words now. One glance, one tone, one hesitation tells you everything you need to know. You've mastered the art of energetic awareness, and that makes deception impossible. People sense that and either align or flee, and both outcomes serve your peace. The people who tried to bury your truth can't even explain your rise without sounding guilty. If they give you credit, they expose their lies. If they stay quiet, they confirm your power. That's checkmate. You don't even have to play. The board plays itself. That's what divine exposure does. It eliminates competition by proving authenticity. You didn't steal anything, you inherited it. You didn't manipulate anyone, you magnetized alignment. You didn't demand respect, you demonstrated it. And that demonstration dismantled every false kingdom built against you. Now the energy around your name feels different. It carries weight. Even those who don't like you respect you because they know your truth outlasts their narratives. You're not trending, you're timeless. You've crossed from reputation to revelation, from being talked about to being testified through. And this is only the preview, because once the universe starts revealing, it doesn't stop halfway. The full picture is still unfolding, and every frame magnifies your purpose. And that's where you are now, standing at the intersection of exposure and expansion, watching everything align in divine precision. You're realizing the real victory isn't that people finally see you. It's that you finally see yourself without distortion. You've outgrown the need for validation because truth became your mirror. You no longer chase approval, you chase accuracy. You no longer crave belonging, you embody becoming. And that internal shift is irreversible. The ones who mocked your patience now envy your peace. The ones who called you delusional now copy your discipline. The ones who betrayed your trust now study your resilience. Everything reversed, because truth always returns to sender with interest. You didn't have to curse them, exposure already did. And as you move forward, remember this: when divine timing reveals you, it's not to impress the world, it's to reset it. You were sent to reorder things, to reintroduce integrity into spaces infected by deceit. And now that everyone knows who you are, because this exposure wasn't a finale, it was an introduction. You've been unveiled so purpose could expand through visibility. From this point on, every move you make carries prophetic consequence. Every word you speak realigns realities. You are no longer hidden evidence, you are walking proof. And the ones who once feared your rise will now depend on your wisdom. That's the irony of truth. It always circles back to humility. But humility is over now. What comes next is precision. You've entered the phase where silence isn't weakness, it's surveillance. Every glance is strategy. Every word is measured like a sniper's sighting. The room doesn't move until you do, and that terrifies them. They're not used to control this subtle, this surgical. You don't shout commands, you shift gravity. They can feel it, the hierarchy just inverted, and they're still pretending it didn't happen. The same people who used to overlook you now stutter when they speak your name, like they're scared it might summon consequence. You didn't need a speech to reclaim your throne. The truth did it for you. Exposure made you unpredictable and